Hey, it's Samantha Thompson here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about hostess coaching for a Facebook party. So, when it comes to Facebook parties, it's completely different than a home party, and you have to handle your hostess coaching quite a bit different. So, when I have a Facebook party, I still mail my hostess a packet with catalogs and order forms, but things are just a little bit different. So, I like to mail them in these pink poly envelopes. You can get these on Amazon, they're pretty cheap and way more fun than just a brown envelope. Okay, so in my packet, the first thing that I have here is a Facebook party checklist. Now, typically, I walk through all of these steps with my hostess through videos because I like to hostess coach Facebook parties through videos. But I have it printed out here too because you never know what she's going to respond best to. Some people like to read, some people like to watch. So I'll kind of go through these steps. So the very first one is for her to create her guest list and invite people. And when I'm hostess coaching her through the videos, I do this in 2 steps. So the first one is I have her create her guest list. And so I just tell her to jot down on a sheet of paper the list of 40 to 50 people. And I kind of walk her through who those are going to be. So I talk about friends, relatives, acquaintances, coworkers, neighbors, people that you went to school together, school with, people that you go to church with, those kinds of people. So I have her make her guest list. Once she messages me back and tells me she has her guest list made, I then ask her, how many people are on your guest list? Because even though I told her 40 to 50, you'd be surprised the number of people who message me back and say 33. And so I really want to help her brainstorm to get to that at least 40 names list. So once we have that done, the next thing is to send personal messages to each person to invite them. And it's really key here that you have your hostess do this so that your guests don't feel spammed or like they're just added to another group or event without being asked. It's also really key to do this because you're going to get way more response from the guest and it's going to feel way more personal. Okay, so I always love to give my hostess the words to say, so she's not coming up with that on her own. So usually I'll give her, and I type this out for her, and I say, I want you to send each of your guests a personal message to invite them to the party. You can copy and paste this message, but make sure you change their name each time, and you can even add in something personal if you like. Here's an example of what you can say. Hey Mary, how have you been? I hope well. I'm really excited because 31 just launched their holiday gift guide and the holiday items are absolutely adorable. I saw some things I think you will really love. I'm hosting a Facebook party. It's all online. Would it be okay if I invite you? That easy. So I send those words to my hostess so that she has them to send out to her guest. So I let her know once she sends out all her messages to message me back. And then and only then do I create her Facebook group or event. I don't create it beforehand because it just gets too tempting to start adding people versus sending the personal messages. So typically I will do that afterwards and I send her the link and I say to her, it's very important now that you only, and I put that in all caps, add the people who have responded yes. Because you'd be surprised how many times I go through this step and then my hostess would add 150 people. No. Okay, so I make sure and let her know to only add the people who have responded yes. Once I do that, then I encourage her to interact on my post. So, of course, I start with a welcome message from me explaining who I am and what this is all about. And I encourage her to hop on and do the same thing so she can type a quick welcome message. And then as my posts start, I send her a message and let her know exactly what I need from her. So I explain to her how important it is to interact. And I might say something to her like, imagine if you were hosting this party at your house and you walked into the room and you smiled at everyone, but you didn't speak to anyone. It'd be a little awkward, right? So that's what liking a post is like. It's very passive. I want you to remember that your guests are in this party to party with you and interact with you. They don't know me yet. So it's going to be really important that you're commenting on every post that I make. You can either comment and say what you love about the product or what you would use it for. You can answer the question that I'm asking in my post, or you can even tag a friend who you think might like the pattern or the product by saying something like, Mary, as soon as I saw this, I thought about you. Don't you love this pattern? Or, Betty, I bet these products would come in really handy for all those weekends you spend at the ball field with the boys. Something like that. The more that you comment and interact, the more your guests are going to comment and interact, the more the posts are going to show up in everyone's newsfeed, the more likely they are to order, and the more free product you're going to get. And that's what I tell her. I don't leave it up in her imagination or my imagination of what she should do. And I definitely don't just say, make sure you're interacting in the party. She has no idea what that means. Remember, you're the party expert, not her. And so you need to tell her exactly what you need from her and exactly what you want her to do and why in order to get her to interact. So once I do that, I think it's really important that you do a welcome message and get your guests to comment and share some information about themselves so you can start building a relationship with them. And then also make sure to sprinkle in some fun throughout your party. It shouldn't just be sales and pictures and videos of product. You should have some fun stuff in there too. So maybe try doing a theme like pumpkins and purses party, and then post a link to a Pinterest board with some pumpkin recipes or some pumpkin carving ideas or something fun like that. Again, remember the party is all about the fun. So if you can incorporate that fun into your Facebook party, it's going to be way more successful, and your guests are going to want to come back and check out the page each day. I hope these tips are helpful. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks, and good luck with your future Facebook parties and your hostess coaching. I'll talk to you soon.